Here we are. We're live. I'm with Brian here. It's me, Jeff, and we are just testing. We're having some fun here. So maybe I'm gonna jump on my phone and get on my YouTube real quick and see if that popped up.
Yeah, I'm checking mine here on a different YouTube account than. Let's go to. Yeah, I don't think I popped up live. There I am, live.
I'm gonna go to your YouTube channel. Yep, live. I see it on your channel. I see myself. There I am. I'm gonna smash the like button.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't think I popped up live. There I am, live. All right, let me X off of that.
Yeah, so there we are.
Yep, and then I've got on my page too. I can't go into my own live on my YouTube. It won't let me. I guess I would have to be. I'm not too sure. I haven't really. In fact, I don't think I've ever gone live on YouTube before. I go live on Facebook and Twitch, but I've never really used Facebook or YouTube for lives. But here we are. Cool. We're live.
Well, here's my question. So
Go ahead.
I'm getting the double talk here. Let me exit out of this
Yeah,
here.
you better shut off your YouTube stream.
Okay, so where's this coming from? All right, so my problem was when I did this with Mike, I was freezing up, and there's no freeze right now. So if we could
Okay.
test it for a little bit longer.
Yeah, let's just run it for a while, and then what we'll do is I'll cancel. I'll stop the stream, and I'll exit out of this, and we'll try to walk you through you hosting your own, and we'll jump back on live with you hosting.
That would be
Yeah,
fantastic.
we'll do that right now. We'll do that in the
Fun,
next
fun
half
Friday
hour.
night.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to be up too early. I
Me
might
either.
step away for a minute to use the restroom and grab a beer, but
Yeah, after we're done with this, we'll shut it down
so
and
I'm
take a
I'm
minute.
I'm watching the video. I have it muted on my phone, but I'm watching on my phone and I'm typing in the chat. Okay, so now it came up. I just wrote test, and you'll see Finchy blue eyes paired. So is it coming up in the chat on your end? Are you able to see it on the right side of your computer screen?
Yes, test.
There you go. So from my YouTube channel, I'm able to comment or whatever, and then from Restream, I can comment, but only the host can comment on the Restream chat. Okay, you don't have that option, I don't think, because anytime I'm on Mike's stream, I can see the chat, and that's really nice because it aggregates the chats from all of the streams. So both of our YouTube channels are running this right now. If somebody's on my YouTube channel in live chat and types, it'll show up in Restream, or if somebody's watching from yours, or if
Well,
I'm also streaming to Twitch or Facebook, it'll aggregate all the chats.
here's my question.
Yes.
It's funny. I'm listening to you on my on YouTube, so,
And it's like
but
lagging
I
when it's
don't
behind.
see all of the. I don't see this on my viewing from YouTube. I see this.
Bring YouTube up on your phone.
Yeah, I have a Discord on there. Hang on a second.
Yeah, just. Oh yeah, you got Discord running. I forgot. It won't let me. I tried to on my phone. I tried to get into my live video on my channel, and it wouldn't let me because I'm currently using my account to post live to YouTube.
Oh,
So
I have three accounts.
I wonder if it won't let me look at that. Oh wait, yeah, it does. Okay, here I am. Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna try the live chat for my channel now, and it should pop up in Restream chat.
Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah. There it is. Cool. So I was able to chat from three different places into this chat menu. Does that make sense? If you
Yeah, let
look,
me.
it'll say host, Fidgy Blue Eyes test, and then it said testing, and then
Huh.
it did it from separate places. The first time I sent that test from your channel's chat, and then I sent from Finchy Blue Eyes chat from my channel's chat. So that just proves that we're able to aggregate the chats from all the different places, which is what you want. You want to be able to answer the board from all the streams.
Right. Like if I have your YouTube people, Ryan's YouTube people, my
Exactly.
YouTube people.
And your Facebook, and your Instagram, and your TikTok, and your Twitch. If you have six different channels all going at once, that's six different streams running. That's six different pools of chat that could be interacting with you, and you want to see every message, right? Like you want every message to get through. That's the ideal situation, because people chat because they want you to mention the chat.
Right.
People put their stuff on the board because they want you to say, "Hey Jen, that was a good comment. Let's talk about that." Or "Hey John, that was a stupid thing you said. Let's talk about." People want that. The interactivity is what makes live streams way better. That's what makes them great. If
Agree.
nobody's interacting and nobody's like chatting in or calling in, you might as well just be watching Sports Center, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You know, it's just you're watching two or three or four guys sit around and talk. It's the
Right.
interactivity of the live stream that draws people in. And Ryan does a great job of that. He makes sure that he checks the board and he reads as many comments and he puts them up. He's a good host in that way, and that's a good thing to do. And that's why those people come back.
Right.
People, like that Feel the Steel, who writes in all caps all the time on his show. That guy
My
comes
buddy.
back every time because he has an outrageous opinion and he's very quote loud. And but Ryan and Mike always make sure to acknowledge him in
Well,
the chat. It makes
it's
him feel he's
funny
part of the show.
because Ryan encourages me to have my battle with Phil
Yeah,
because
right.
he thinks it's good for the show. So
It
I'm
is
like,
good for the
because
show.
otherwise I don't. What do I care what his opinion
Yeah.
is?
And what's cool too is that Phil he'll start coming to your channel's chats now. You know what I mean? If you get on the show, you say,
Probably.
"Hey Phil, you know what? You want to work this out? Let's do it on my show." And you do a live stream and he comes into your chat and you argue with him on your chat instead of clogging up all of Mike's airtime. You know what I mean? Like, and that sounds silly, but it's true. I mean, those guys try to wrap their show up in an hour, and
Right.
it's hard to do. Like, I was on stream with those guys the other day, and they were just bouncing some ideas off each other. This before we started the act. We were in the pre-stream, right? So, pardon me. They asked me, they're like, "Jeff said you're pretty good with tech. Why don't you try doing a couple things for us?" And they mentioned a soundboard. They wanted to be able to play music and stuff during the stream. I said, "That's a great idea." I said, I'll look into it. And I set it up, and you saw today I managed to make it work. Not great, but it's working, and I'm working on it. Uh, but another thing that came up was live calls. And Mike said that they used to do live calls with Zoom on his show. He
Hmm.
says, and they had technical issues. If you ask me, dude, and I didn't tell him this yet. Having live calls on that show, on his particular podcast, on the daily podcast, is a bad idea.
Hmm. I
It's
agree.
not going to work. It's just because the people who take the time to call in to a show have something to say, and chances are it's either going to be dumb or ignorant or off topic. Right? You've listened to Mark Madden, right? You listened to his show probably a
Yeah.
thousand times, right? How many times has he blown callers off because they're fucking stupid?
Right.
Mark has the balls to say out loud like that caller was an idiot, and you know what I
Right.
mean. A lot of on-air personalities won't do that. I respect Mark for doing that, whether you like Mark or not. That's all it would be online. That's all it would be because there's no vetting these calls. We don't have a guy answering the calls, talking to people, and then bringing them onto the show. You don't. It's not
Right.
like you have a
And
budget
even
to
when you
have a
vet them, it
producer.
still may not. They might talk about something other than what they said they were going to.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can come in and say something completely wild. What if some idiot comes on and just starts splurting out racial slurs or something in the middle of your show? Like you don't need
Yeah.
that, right?
Right.
It's bad enough that that we drop an f-bomb from here, there, and everywhere. It would be way worse if you started letting people just randomly pop in. That's what's nice about the chat because it's in text and people can choose not to read it. You know what I mean? People have the option to block someone. If you bring someone on the show with voice, you can't block that person. You're going to hear them in the podcast.
Hmm.
So, for Mike's main show, I don't like it. Now, what I think would be a good idea for him, but it would also require a lot more work from him, is if he had a second show. So, Two Dumb Yinzers is the main podcast, right? What if he had a call-in show once a week, say like on a Wednesday night, a day
Mm-hmm.
they don't normally do their podcast, and he sets it up every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for just for
Mm-hmm.
instance, and then he could have people call into that show. And so the regulars who tune in for the daily show every day at 11:30 know that they're going to have a different show later in the day, and it might still be talking about all the stuff you want to talk about, but the option of having the callers are there,
Right.
and people will know what they're running into, and it won't send Ryan and Mike's show over on time, because it's just going to take all their time is what it's going to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So yeah, I think the idea of having callers is kind of a bad idea for this
I
particular
know they did it
format.
before, and I clicked off
Yeah, I think a lot of
as a
people would.
viewer.
I think a lot of people would, to be honest with you. Now it's another thing is if though like having the live callers would be a situation like you or me, for example, where let's say those guys are doing a show and you come in during the middle of the show and you're in the chat and you're like, man, I got something to say. They'll send you the link and bring you in, but you're a trusted source. You're a friend of the show. That's a different.
FYI, I call in as certain voices too.
Nice. Nice. But you know what I mean. Like,
Right.
yeah, the idea of having a call in on Two Dumb Yinzers is not the best idea. They if they're going to do call ins, which I encourage them to do, they
Just
should
at a
do it.
different
Have a
time and
separate show.
place.
Just have a completely
Yeah.
separate show that you run once or twice a week, or even a post show. They end their show every day around 12:30. Start a new stream. Stop the stream. Start a brand new stream with a new title, and then just have an hour of call
Mm-hmm.
ins. Like that would be like the old sports beat. You know what I mean? Something like that. That would be okay. You know what I mean? An hour of just phone calls instead of running
Right.
through your agenda, your script of all the stuff you need to say and the different stat lines and the different things, the different talking points. You just open it up to the viewer. Say, hey, we're having a call in show today. We're just going to do nothing but read from the chat board and talk to callers. That would be cool. But I don't think it's the best idea on Two Dumb Yinzers to have callers in.
Yeah, if they had a 4 hour show, it'd be different, but they only have an hour a
Exactly.
day.
They have an hour, and
Yeah, you got to get
they
through your
always run
material.
over that hour all the time. And lately I've been guilty of that because I tend to ramble. Like I'm a chatty Cathy. I can't help myself, and I don't always express my thoughts very clearly, and I have to ramble around them. That's just the kind of person I am. But I could tell that it annoys Ryan a little bit here and there. But I've been annoying Ryan for 20 years. Fuck him.
Nice.
I say that from a place of love. So everything you see on your screen, not what you're seeing my projection. Everything looking all right there? Do
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
understand what you're looking at?
Yep.
We're gonna switch it up now. So I'm gonna end this stream.
Okay.
Uh hold on a second. I guess showing you how to.
Here's what I don't get. I'm having no problems now, but I had problems when it mattered with with the freezing.
Maybe it was on his end that day.
He blamed me.
Of course he did.
I mean, I don't know enough about technology to like
No, you're coming
not
through
take
like
fault.
you're perfect right now. Like your video is not stuttery, your
Hmm.
sound is super clear. I'm getting a very little echo, but I'm running a bunch of different
I think
programs, so that
that's
could be on
this.
my end. Oh, okay, yeah, that could be it too.
I have it muted, but it's
I
not
had
muted.
it
I
up
don't
on
know
my
what's going
phone,
on.
but I had it muted as well. It's not now, but
Yeah, I was
I'm
trying to
running a
follow
bunch of
your
different things.
screen.
My computer, I have I built my PC a few years ago. I built a gaming PC specifically for streaming. Cool. And so it's got a lot of power for this stuff. So I can
Hmm.
run a lot of stuff at once. And since I have multiple monitors, it makes it even easier to run multiple things because you can keep
Okay.
things separate and see what's going on. It's a nice setup, but I also sometimes get that like infinite loop of sound because I might have three different things running and they're working together and something needs to be muted somewhere. It does happen from time to time for me. So, um, the only other thing you need to know that I can't really show you right now, unless we log out of the stream, is how to share your stream. And I know I did it, obviously, but I don't see anywhere on my screen right now. It must be whenever I log in. All right, I'm going to end the stream.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my my window open on Discord, so you'll